Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another video. Of course, just on the showcase with Majin Vegeta on a 170 lead team. Now we're going to see how he does on his own 200% lead. As always, if you can drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, all the support is very much appreciated. But I'm really looking forward to this. And I wanted to do it back to back as well, so I can see the kind of upscaling, the step up, the upgrade between 170 to now creeping in the new meta, the power curve of a 200% lead and how units can perform. This is what I mean. Now there's 200% leads, there's so much content to, revisit and unlock. As I said, using older, units, really good units on 200% leads to see how much better they are, or if some units almost get revitalized. So I can't wait to try that. So this is the team we're rocking. Again, we're going to be running the main rotation of these two. Again, it's a really good rotation on paper, but they're both very orb hungry. So, unless you're accommodating, it's not the best kind of rotation to actually run because they both need orbs to fully function. I can't wait for this guy to easy see how he does on a 200% lead. We've got two Kid Trunks there as well, just to kind of have them there. I'm looking forward to this one, man, and I can't wait to see Super Vegeta on a 200% lead. But if you have used him on a 200% lead, do let me know what you think of him. Do let me know what you think about 200% leads in general. But we're going to hop back into the Goku event and see how much of an upgrade 200% leads are. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm not going to let the animation, play out so you can hear it again, because we've already seen it in the previous video, and we've all seen it already. They are amazing animations. As I said, as Vegeta fans, we do eat good. I will let it play out right now. So now we're going to see what he does on a 200% lead. We're going to see how much better he performs on his own 200% lead. Now, with 200% leads, of course, as I said before in the previous video, with 200% leads being introduced during the 7-year anniversary, and now of course after that the Ginyu, the Dokkan Fest, Ginyu has one. With Global getting one, in terms of the timeline right now, where originally we were we're probably going to get one, which is year 7. We've got one quite prematurely, which means we're going to have the only 200% lead in the game will probably be this Majin Vegeta until year 7. If you didn't pull him or you chose not to go for him, of course, right now you're going to be kind of missing out, but that's okay, because when the 200% leads really matter is year 7, where Red Zone gets introduced, which I'll be really curious to see how he does in Red Zone. But right now we have literally only 3 links active, which is Super Saiyan and Fierce Battle Raw Lineage. Raw Lineage is a key link, and this is where the over and a flash link becomes really important, because it's such a useful key link, because it gives him key +3, where you're never gonna have to struggle for getting orbs or key, to actually get a super attack off. And the other thing with the over and a flash link, right, one thing I noticed is that with over and a flash, right, there's not many units that fit on the 200% lead of Majin Vegetas with Gifted Warriors and Majin Buu Saga of Vegeta's family that actually have the over and a flash link, apart from the tech transforming Majin Vegeta, which again, I said, it's a very good rotation on paper. But, with both of them being very orb hungry, it kind of throws a spanner in the works. But if you look at them, hardly any of these go on the same category as him. This Vegeta does, which his damage output's pretty good for the unit he is, but other than that, that's all he has. You have this Vegeta, but he doesn't have his Easy A yet. Who else is there? This Gotenks is really good. Goes on Majin Buu Saga Gifted Warriors. You've got him, but they share the same name. You don't have many options. You do have this Vegeta, which in Super Battle Road, very handy with his tanking, and then this Vegeta in slot 2. That would work really nicely, as long as you're not struggling for key to actually get the super attack off. That'd actually work really nicely. But then you have that crucial over and the flash link off. But as I said, to get it off, which actually seems quite a crucial link, there's not many Gifted Warrior units that go on Majin Buu Saga and Vegeta's family that have the over and a flash link. So that is a little bit of a detriment to him, but with only 3 links active, which is 25% attack from... what links we got active again? Super Saiyan and Fierce Battle, that is 25%, isn't it? Yes, 25% in total. He is on 222k attacks at 133k defense. No support, hardly any links, 200% lead, which, in my opinion, turn 1, that's not bad. And by the way, this friend Vegeta is also 55% in the dupe system, so... We can see what this one does. I don't have to kind of avoid it, because he doesn't have dupes in. So a 2.8 million attack stat. Nothing insane, nothing ridiculous. But again, no links active, and the majority of this Majin Vegeta's links are attack or attack and defense links. Should tank this quite fine. Yep, both, you know, he has the 30% damage reduction, got his extra attack and defense from supering, raises attack and defense on super as well, got the additional defense plus 50% for 3 or more keys phase obtained. Yeah, I mean, I know it's the first phase, but, you know, I think even if that was later in, he probably still wouldn't have taken a lot of damage because he's supered first and has 30% damage reduction. So, yeah, I mean, as I was saying, you know, in terms of the 200% lead, right now, it's not ideal for him. Obviously, it's still going to work really well, but as I said, the over and a flash link seems to be potentially kind of important for him for, you know, actually being in a comfortable position to get a super attack off. But I said, it's still quite early doors, so I wouldn't knock the Majin Vegeta really for it too much, because it's still early doors. Once more units get added to a 200% category, especially on global, because again, we have to wait like quite a few months before we even, you know, we're meant to get the original first 200% leads from year 7. We're gonna have to wait a little bit before more get added. So that's just only a time thing. That just has to wait before more 200% leads are added. So I won't really knock the Vegeta for that. So we have mine on rotation now. Again, not a lot of links active, literally only 2 now. So we actually lost the key link. Of course, we're getting the support from Xeno Vegeta. So with the support, again, only two attack links active, 249k attack stat and 152k defense. Of course, his attack stat isn't going to be ridiculous because we only have 2 of them active. Considering, you know, the majority of his links anyway are attack based, you know, same warrior race. 3.1 million is still pretty good considering he only has 2 links active. I know he has support, but that's still pretty good in my opinion. You know, same warrior race is attack plus 5%, Super Saiyan attack plus 10%, same Pride's attack plus 15%, Supreme Powers attack and defense plus 5%, Fierce Powers attack plus 15%, and we only have 2 of them active. So that's still quite good in my opinion. You know, it's not too bad. So now we have the ideal rotation set up. So with all of his links active apart from, again, over and a flash, we're sitting on 267k attack stat and 139k defense, which in my opinion is pretty good. As I've already mentioned, his damage output and his attack stat isn't ridiculous. It's not, oh my god. It's still pretty good, especially when you think how good defensively he is as well. It's a very good balance between the two. Like, it's not, he's super defensive, his attack's bad, like what people say with Ultimate Gohan. It's not where he has loads and loads of attack, his damage output's ridiculous, but he has no defense, like, for example, Easy LR Majin Vegeta. It's that nice kind of, I think he's better defensively, definitely, but his attack stick is still pretty good. It's just not as good as his defense, which, in my opinion, is okay. So we're getting all 8 keys fizz, which means, of course, we're getting the extra 20% damage reduction, which, I mean, isn't really important here, but, you know, we would have got it. So with all of his links active, we don't have the additional attack plus 88% right now because our HP isn't 88% or less. But on a 200% lead with all of his links, 3.4 mil. So don't forget, that's attack and defense plus 180, the additional attack and defense plus 50% performing a super attack. And that's also raising his attack and defense by 30% for 1 turn on super. So to have over 3 mil with no support on a 200% lead team like that, and he's not even ideally set up yet, that's still quite good. That's still pretty good. That is still pretty good. We're just going to leave you here. I kind of want to, please tell me that Tech Auger is going to drop in the middle. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, so far he's looking good on the 200% lead. He's looking very nice. Very nice indeed. I would love to actually see what he could do with dupes. Unfortunately, I wasn't lucky enough to even pull one, but I'm happy with at least getting 1 copy. But I would love to see what he could do with dupes. And I mean, he goes on quite a few good categories. I mean, obviously, the main thing right now is you know, everyone's gonna, if you pull the Majin Vegeta, everyone's gonna want to run 200% leads. So, you know, obviously, you're gonna have to kind of step back into the 170 side of things, you know, if you do want to run him on the majority of these. And as I said before, when it comes to his damage reduction, you know, with the Trunks, while it is nice that it's any Trunks, for you to get that 30% damage reduction on a 200% leader team, it has to be a Kid Trunks. Now, it's not that bad because I've already mentioned there are good Kid Trunks units in the game that go on both Vegeta's family, Majin Buu, and is also on Gifted Warrior, but it does limited the units or the Trunks units you can use that fit on a 200% lead. So it has to be Kid Trunks. For some reason, Teen Trunks and Future Trunks, they don't fit on Gifted Warriors, even though he's pretty handy dandy with a sword, if I do say so myself. But you know, as I said, this Trunks is very good, you know, with the Goten. I'm pretty sure they both get damage reduction. Yeah, they're actually pretty decent units. I've used them in SBR a few times. You know, you have the Easy A one, which is this one with the Goten that also goes on Majin Buu Saga. So, you know, it's not super restrictive, but it's not ideal. As I said, and also we're just kind of have to wait until there's more, you know, 200%, you know, lead, so more units can kind of fit into a 200% category in the future. So we have him on rotation again with this MV. All of his links are indeed active. We also have that attack and defense plus 40% from the Xeno Vegeta, 306k attack stat and 159k defense. We're not going to see him take any damage because he's going to be in slot 1, and it's very early doors in the original Goku event anyway. But having literally 160k defense with the full 50% damage reduction means he's going to be taking no damage. Because don't forget, he's then going to get an additional attack and defense plus 50% on Super. And he's then going to get an additional defense plus 50% with 3 or more key spheres obtained. The only annoying thing is we still haven't got him at 88% less or 88% less HP. So we still haven't got the additional attack plus 88% yet. But we're going to see what he does without it with support. 3.8 mil, which is pretty good. Pretty good. He's not even, again, ideally set up yet. So that means when he is ideally set up with support, he's going to be well over 4 mil, which is really nice. Really nice. Especially, again, because he's at 55%, including the friends. That's with no dupe, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive, if I do say so myself. It's pretty impressive. We do actually need to take some damage, so I'm actually going to put you there. Actually, I'm going to do this. We need to take some damage because we need to get our HP at 88% or less. So we need to take some damage. We need to take some damage. So I'm going. Okay, we're getting super attacks on Trunks immediately. That's actually really handy. Actually, there we go. 80k damage. I think we're immediately there. As I said before in the showcase, getting your HP at 88% less is really easy. But also, it's so easy to get to because it's still quite high up in terms of how much HP you have, that it's so easy to regenerate your HP back to 100% or close to, which is essentially above the 88% HP threshold to get that part of his passive off. Because you're going to make that back from picking up same type key spheres. So there is that. Are we at the I think? No, I don't think, are we? Okay, no, I think we definitely are. We definitely at the threshold to get the attack plus 88%. Because we're now on a 351k attack stat and 139k defense. And that's before he's picked up an orb. The only annoying thing, for me to get 6 or more key spheres, we're going to regenerate our health. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to give him the 6 or more key spheres. Because all that does is just give us the damage reduction, and we have type advantage here anyway. And then 3 or more gives us extra defense. And we've already seen what the numbers are looking at defensively. So I'm actually going to take this key sphere, so we regenerate no health, and I'm going to take that. Then with some key spheres, we have a 527k attack stat, which is not too shabby if I do say so myself. So no support, 200% lead, has the additional attack plus 88%. What are his numbers looking like? 4.4 million. 4.4 million over a 4 milli attack stat. Which again, if I do say so myself, is pretty good. As I said, is his attack stat even on a 200% lead? His attack stat on a 200% lead with no dupes is pretty good. Is it the ridiculous lengths? Because again, obviously Majin Vegeta is out on both Global and JP right now. On JP specifically, this is more kind of directed to, but of course on Global, we'll get them in a few months when it comes to the, you know, the LRSSJ4s. Is the attack stat at the ridiculous lengths that JP are currently experiencing, especially with the introduction of the Year 7 LRs? No, their attack stats are ridiculous, and are probably, we're going to see, you know, not identical, but, you know, getting somewhat close-ish, you know, the further we get into this new meta of 200% leads. Is his attack stat ridiculously insane? No, it's still very good though, but don't forget, as I said, his damage output is still really good, while he is also very good defensively. So, you know, in my eyes, it's kind of like a nice, even trade-off for both good offensively and defensively. But so far, I'm impressed, man. The 200%, you can definitely notice a big difference going from 170 to 200%. Like, it is noticeable. In fact, does this Vegeta have like any equips or anything on him? No? Wait, is it? No, this is my one, right? No, that's the friends. No, he literally has nothing. Literally has nothing. He literally has nothing. I mean, I was literally sitting there, I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's a disparity. No, he literally has nothing. So we're going to use his active. Again, I'm not going to put the sound back on because we've already seen it, but you will watch it right now. So this should do some good damage again because he's got the guaranteed crit again in Super Battle Road. Getting his active off is actually going to be monstrous because, again, you're going to guarantee crit. You're going to guarantee crit for the rest of the time, which means you're doing good damage, especially if you have dupes in him. You're also going to guaranteed stun whoever survives. And it's an AoE. He actually survived, which is actually really nice. And of course, we lose a bit of health. We're actually probably going to make the majority of that back right now. But we have increased our attack. We're still actually at 88%, which is fantastic. So he's now, after using his active and getting that great attack boost, or the temporary attack boost he gets from his active, and having 88% less or HP, 791k attack stat with 247k defense, which is really good. Really good. Quite handy that I found a 55% Vegeta to go with mine. But what's the numbers saying now? 4.4 milli. 4.4 milli. He's good, man. He's good. I mean, for me, this is perfect. You know, same day celebration is always quite hype. You know, sometimes, you know, the banner's kind of a bit nah. But in general, the celebration's always quite hype. I'm actually going to use a Yemo. I don't want to take too much damage here. You know, but for the most part, as I said, the celebration is always very hype. You know, and not to mention this year, there's an MV, which again, I've said so many times, I've wanted for like 2-3 years now, a new updated MV with updated animations, which they've done. He's a very good unit. He's given Global our first 200% lead, which is actually a pretty good selection because there's a lot of great Vegeta family gifted warrior units. Like the majority of the Vegeta family are gifted warrior units, apart from like the older Trunks units. So that's good. I said him himself is amazing. He works really well on 170. He's amazing on 200%. I said he's a great unit. One of the stronger TURs in the game. He's going to be an absolute monster in SBR. His animations for me on an MV unit are perfect. I don't think we can disagree really. And yeah, I mean it's just kind of perfect right now. I said us Vegeta fans, we're eating good right now. We are eating good. So this is the final rotation I wanted. Annoyingly, we're going to get a Dokkan attack. But judging where our attack stat was prior with no support, it was like, what, 4.2, 4.4 mil? So with the attack and defense plus 40%, you're probably looking at like, what, 4.8, close to 5 million attack stat. Which, for a unit that's at free dupe 55%, having almost a 5 million attack stat with support is really good. Really good. So I mean, as I said, watch the showcase on the 170 lead team, and then watch this one, or go back and watch that one, and then watch this one, or watch this one and watch that one, whichever order you feel like. Just essentially watch both videos. I mean, watch both videos anyway. I mean, he has type advantage, but 8.3 milli. Mwah. But yeah, watch both videos anyway. Don't forget to drop a like as well and subscribe if you're new. But the step up on a 200% lead compared to 170, I didn't think would be so apparent as it is. You know, it's not drastic, like he's not gone extra mil, but it's still a clear and obvious step up, which makes him a lot better. Which is why, as I said at the beginning, it unlocks so much new content where we can revisit. Yes, it's very limited right now because of us only having the 200% lead. But it unlocks more content where we can try older units. As I said, the main one I want to try is Super Vegeta on a 200% lead. You know, the EZA SSBE transforming Vegeta. When he gets his EZA, we can try him here. You know, some other units. And then as I said before, eventually when we like rainbow these units or level 10 link them, we can revisit again and see how much better they are. So much more content and so much more possibilities can happen now. But let me know what you think of him down in the comments. Again, let me know what you think about 200% leads as well. I'll see you next video, guys, and